Hello everybody, Saints Man here, small van driver on the CX. It's Saturday 9th, look at me on book, Saturday afternoon actually, just got an hour to spare. Just watched England beat Australia at the rugby, good lads England, well done after last week. Courtney Laws, Lewis Ludham, our two boys, and Tommy Freeman on the wing, played alright, got a win. All on next Saturday now, make sure I'm sat at home watching that as well. Right, this is the week in the life of from last week. Fuel prices. My fuel prices went down slightly, not brilliantly. The cheapest fuel I could get was 193 with VAT. That was with UK fuel card. The others were 194, 195. So that's the one we used. Had a load on already. It's a good week. Overall, it was a good week. Hit the target. I say hit it, just about hit it. But I sort of tailed off. I started off really well and tailed off. Monday, I had a big day Monday. I had Southampton, Exeter, Bristol, Cardiff, which is a really good run for me. And that got me into Cardiff. And I got 272 for that. And I was in Cardiff for about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Started at 4:30. So I'd done a day's work really by then. And I picked another job up. I thought I was going to be in Cardiff actually, stay in Cardiff. I had a little wander around. There's a carp lake in Lambie Way. If anyone wants to park, it's a good place to perch. You can go and there's a little car park and you can wander around the carp lake in Cardiff. And a job popped up. I did get a job back and it was from Newport to Northampton. I sort of give up. It was about, I don't know, it's about 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock sort of thing. Anyway, picked the job up. Newport to Northampton, delivery in the morning, and it was only 2 miles from my house, believe it or not. I quoted 105 on it and got it. So I went and picked it up. It was 2 boxes of samples going to a industrial estate nearby where I was. So I thought, go home, deliver at 8 o'clock in the morning. On my way home on the Monday, Chris phoned, good friend of mine, and says he got jobs for next day. I told him I got an 8 o'clock drop, but I could do that and then do his job straight away. So I went in, because I only got 2 small boxes, I went and picked his load up for Tuesday. So Monday, I ended up going to his place, then home. I did 512 miles, and I got £377. I was going to count the job that I got on board to deliver in the morning as Monday's job, because it was 8 o'clock delivery. So, although I was in and out, no aggro, it was part of Monday's job. So that was a cracking day. 377 was a really good day. Best day of the week by far. Got me off to a really good start with the load back as well, and I got Tuesday's load on. So I did that job Tuesday. I left home at 7:40, 7:45. Delivered that nice easy drop into a big food place, and it was samples of flour. I don't know. But yeah, delivered that, got that delivered, and went straight on to Chrissy's jobs, which was Northampton. Obviously, I picked up, so it was Cheltenham, Cardiff, Bristol, Exeter. So I've got a mate who lives down near Exeter, well, it's 20 miles away, Exeter, Chumley, North Devon, and I decided that because I was going to be in Exeter and I weren't going to be there till about 4 o'clock, I weren't going to get nothing out of Exeter at 4 o'clock. I weren't driving over from Exeter 200 miles empty. So I phoned him up and him and his wife were there. Said, yeah, stay with us. Stay over at ours. So I've got a night out tramping, but weren't in the van. I was in there. Got a lovely bungalow. I visited them once before for a tea. I didn't stay because I got a job. But I said, I'm not going to get a job back from there. No way. So I stayed with them. So I did the job down to Exeter. Altogether, it was 250. That was Cheltenham, Cardiff, Bristol, Exeter, which is good money. Got me into Exeter, and I was done by about 3:30. I hadn't had a break though, not really. Just a quick cup of coffee and a quick snack, but no real long breaks. Just wanted to get it done. Weather was nice, and spent the night in Exeter, well, in Chumley with my mate, which is 20 miles away. So I did 298 miles all in for £250. So really good money, 83 pence every mile. and I was in Exeter. I did look at the feed before I went to his house on Tuesday, and there was a job from Exeter to Northampton. There was a COVID on Wednesday from Exeter Airport to Northampton. Now, I wanted to get back to Northampton because we have a bike night at our family cafe and motorbike night, and I wanted to be there. So I thought, shall I just this job didn't leave till 12:30, although you can get it at 12. I've done it 3 or 4 times, and it's easy. It is easy. It's just picking up COVID straight there, straight back to Northampton, drop them. It's 4 miles from my house, so I quoted 110. It was 190 miles. I quoted a backload rate sort of thing because I thought, well, there was drivers there, but there weren't a lot of work coming out extra. There ain't been a lot, and I got it. They phoned me actually Tuesday night when I was at my mate's house, and they said, "Can you do that for that?" I went, "Yeah." So I got the job Wednesday home, so I didn't have to rush. I thought I might pick up a little local job Wednesday morning, Exeter to Exeter, or within 20, 30 miles, something like that, but didn't happen. Weren't too fussed, to be honest, because Monday and Tuesday I got really good money. Wednesday, that got me 110. I did that job, picked up from the airport at 12. I started work at 11:30 and I was done by 4:30, 5 hours. Absolute doddle. All motorways and easy peasy. What I'm doing now, I'm actually cutting my miles. I said this last week because of fuel prices and that. I'm just trundling along at 60 mile an hour on the cruise. 62 it is, but it comes out at 60 on the GPS. So I'm doing 60 mile an hour. I'm getting 58 to the gallon. So that's, to me, it's worth doing, I think, at the moment, the way price fuel is. Expensive, it saves me a few pennies, and job was done. So Wednesday was done, nice easy day. I did 5 hours in total. Yeah, I had a really good night out with my mate. I hadn't seen for a long while. I hadn't stayed over for a long while, so I had a good night out with him and his good lady. So it's good. Thursday, um, picked a job up Wednesday evening when I was looking at them just before bike night, and I picked a job up Northampton to Peterborough, which was 41 miles, and I quoted 46 and got it. That was 41 miles loaded. I was 7 miles from it, so it was just under £1 a mile. And I thought, Peterborough's been good to me in the past. And I was going to be in Peterborough at 9:30. And by God, it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I sat at Peterborough Services from, I'm going to say, about 10 o'clock until 12. And then I picked a job up. There was one job on there at 1 o'clock that had been on there most of the morning. And it was Peterborough to Stoke-on-Trent, but it wasn't JCB. It was a residential address it was going to. And I thought, yep, I'm going to put in, I'll put a good quote in for that. And it was 101 miles. And I quoted 101 miles loaded. I quoted 85. Because I thought, Stoke-on-Trent? It might be a bit iffy there as well. Going to be in Stoke-on-Trent about 3:30. But I took the job. They give me the job anyway, so I got 85 on that. I got 46 on the first job, 85 on that. So 131 weren't bad. But it took me to Stoke-on-Trent, which is fine. Don't normally have any aggro. Nothing. It was worse than Peterborough. And I left. I thought, no. And I picked a job up for Friday morning. I got one booked in from Hanslope to Ilkeston, picking up at 9 o'clock Friday morning. So I needed to be back. So what I did, I just took a steady drive back, 60 mile an hour, all down the motorway, waited till the traffic had gone. So it wasn't a brilliant, mate. It was a 50p day. I did 131 £131 for 260 miles. So pretty poor. But I've never had it where I've waited so long for a job at Peterborough. Peterborough's normally pretty good to me. There wasn't many drivers around either. There was a couple of long wheelbases. There was one minivan. I felt sure I'd get something better than what I did, but I didn't. And that's how it happens. It does happen now and again. So Friday, I'm looking to do sort of about 140 quid to crack me 1,000 for the week. something like that. I think it was got to £132 for 1,000. First job was 65 quid, Hanslope to Ilkeston. So that got me about halfway. And that was easy, nice and simple. It was a box of floor tiles going back to a Screwfix in Ilkeston. Worked that one out, but there you go. And jobs were pinging. It's Friday. Fridays are mad. And I wanted a job. I thought I just wanted a nice simple job. Weather's getting warm. I don't want to. I'm not staying out because this morning I've had it's Saturday now. I've had a massage this morning off Nicky. My back feels great. That was booked in at 9, so I weren't staying out on Friday. I didn't want to go north. I didn't really want to go to Manchester. So I was being a bit choosy. I was going to do a job thinking, well, there's one at Nottingham. I could go across there. That was going down to Milton Keynes, but I wouldn't have got that. But then a job was there from Derby, 9 miles from where I was, 2 drops in Corby, 2 drops in Kettering. Absolutely ideal. Uh, it was 77 miles all in, and I quoted £80, even though it was 4 drops, because the drops, 2 in Corby, were within a mile of each other, and the 2 in Burton Latimer was next to each other. Or Kettering, but it was Burton Latimer. They were actually next to each other. So it was 3 drops really. And they were pigs. I got the job, by the way. I got the job, which I was pleased to take me over 1,013. And I would be done, finished by 2:15. Started at 8, 6 hour day, and I've got a target of 1,000 a week. But they were a pig. I had 4 drops, 4 little parcels, well, 3 little boxes, 1 at each, and 1 bigger box, nothing special. And there was just one was to a massive, like a mill. There was loads of, I don't know what they were doing, producing bread or something or flour, I don't know. But in and out, what a pain in the arse! Just a pain in the arse. Took it to where it said goods in. No, it needs to go to all small packets go to reception. Goods in is for the pallets. Fair enough. Went to her. She took it. Reluctantly signed. She said, "I don't normally sign for anything." I said, "Well, I'm a courier. I need a signature." Give me a signature in the end. Gets to the gate. You need a token to get out the gate. There's a notice on the gate. Please get a token from the Weybridge office. So back to the Weybridge office, get a token. No, you don't get a token. I'm in a small van. Tokens are for the big bulk tankers. You need to go to the reception. And they pushed the barrier with a button. I said, well, I've just been to the gate and no one's said no. She perhaps hasn't seen you on the TV. Went back, she's on the phone. She's chatting to her mate. I'm like, excuse me. She wouldn't like do it. I went, can you lift the barrier? And she's waving. I went, just lift the barrier. Went to it, blasted the horn. After a couple of seconds, seemed like longer, the barrier went up. She's on the phone to her mate. From there, I went to British Steel in Corby. That wasn't too bad, actually. It's huge. British Steel years ago used to be massive. The whole of Corby was British Steel. Half of Scotland come down to work there. And it's huge. And the stores, I've got a lot of good directions to the security. Go in the security to give them your registration and what company you're working for. The stores are miles away. Good directions though. Got to the stores, 1 item, yeah, took that. So that was them 2 done. So you're thinking, right, we've got them 2. We're getting near home now. Burton Latimer. First one was a to do with yogurts or something. Got in the barrier again. It was an automated voice on a push button. Yeah, end building on the right. Go in there, they take it. Got to the end building on the right. There's no one there. And I mean, there's no one. Not a sausage. Not one person was there. I'm like, where the friggin' hell did you put this? And there's the transport office. It's empty. It's deserted. But they put a stamp, and there was some parcels on the settee where drivers probably sit. And the stamp for the company, which is a bit like what JCB do, put a stamp on your ticket, was this side. He said, if no one's in the office, ring this number. If no one, ring this number. If it's a small item, it needs signing, use the stamp. I thought I'll use the stamp. I took a photo of the item, photo that I took the stamp. All good. But didn't see anyone. Biggest place, didn't see a person. Got bloody Mary Celeste. And from there I went next door to a company next door, which was a packaging company. Again, go to the end, dispatch and goods in. I got there, the doors all shut. And it's lunchtime. I'm thinking, don't say they're having lunch. Hammered on the shutter. No. Just about to go back to the barrier. A bloke comes from around the corner who's having a fag. And I go, oh yeah, I work in there, mate. Well, you must have heard me hammering. So into my week, like, a bit stressy when I don't need to be because I'm on early finish. Did get rid of it. So all them drops, it took me probably another 45 minutes longer than they should have done. So instead of finishing at sort of 1:30, it was like 2:20. But that's fine. It's still a good day. I'm home me 1,000 and the week's done. I got home, I went shopping, did all our shopping, food shopping, went to chemist, picked some up for the wife, and I was still home by 3:15. So a good day. Also good mileage. I did 198 mileage for 145, so I got 73 pence all in. So it was a good day Friday. I could have done probably more, but could I have finished closer to home is what I did with no dead miles. I don't know. So a good week. I did 1,500 miles, which was 500 less than the week before. I got 1,013 pounds, so I'm over that threshold, and it was a good week. You know, I did 1,000 after day one and day two when I'd already done 627. I only sort of did 400 the last 3 days, but Wednesday I had a short day. I weren't really fussed. Coming back from Exeter Thursday and Friday because I knew I'd only got to do a certain amount. I could have pushed myself Thursday, but I did that the week before I went away and I was knackered. So, yeah, I could do probably more. But a good week. So, next week, I'm already got a load Monday. I haven't got it on. I've got to pick it up Monday at 6 o'clock. It's going to Cheltenham and Exeter. And then I'll be looking for something back Monday. And I'm doing 3 days next week because the van's being serviced Thursday. I've got a dentist and I've got a doctor's appointment on Friday in Leicester. So I'm only doing 3 days. But I say, it's been a good week. I chatted with Toolman Small Van on Thursday. He seems to be picked up as well, work-wise. Had a quick chat with Neil very early in the week, last week. He's got issues with his AdBlue tank. I think that's been sorted Monday, or they're going to look at it Monday. Hopefully, it's under warranty. They'll just change the bloody tank for him because that's what the problem is. It's the pump not pumping properly. It happened on mine and they did it under warranty. Yeah, it cost me 120 quid for diagnostics, but he's already had one diagnostics and reset, so you'd like to think they'd do that if they had any bloody sense of fair play, but I don't know. Next week's fuel, I said this last week, I got it, my cheapest was 193. Next week's fuel, my cheapest is 190, and that's with my BP UK fuels. And I've got one. They've all come down, all of them. So, is it coming down? I don't know. Let's hope it is. But we need it to come down to keep it going. My van, I have definitely gone slower. Jobs are taking me perhaps a little bit longer, but I'm seeing better fuel consumption. I am seeing a good bit better. I'd rather probably do 68, 69 mile an hour everywhere, motorways. But I'm not. I'm just doing 62, 61. So it takes me longer, but it's no problem, is it? You just get the job done. That's about it. Thanks for all you subscribe. I will answer all the questions. If you want to like or you want to, there's a bell you can tap. If you want to subscribe, please do. Up to 380 odd. I've got one thing. I've got someone who is a late payer, a shipper. I'm not going to name the shipper. Yeah, the first one I've had for a long while, and they're obviously having a few money issues. They've said that, they'll pay me ASAP. I've had a couple of telephone conversations with them, which has been okay. But at the end of the day, it's money. I've done the job on time, so I can only wait a certain amount of time. It's not a great deal of money, but it's enough. I always chase my invoices up after a couple of weeks If they're late after a week, I normally give them one call. If they're a couple of weeks, but one of these is now 5 weeks late, and still got communication. So I think we're going to be all right. And they're only 15 miles from where I live as well, so we will get the money, or we'll get something. But I'm sure it's going to be okay. But I wonder if anyone else is having issues with people who pay late. Um, I just think it's a bit. It's okay. I can work with people if they got money troubles, even if they just keep communicating and they pay me. Then yeah, I may not work for them again, or I may think twice if it's for a lot of money. But when they just said, "Oh, we're going to pay ASAP," I'm busy. How busy is it that you just push 2 minutes on a computer for a bank transfer? No one's that busy. But we've still got communication, and they're not far away. So that's the plus points, that I will get money. But yeah, just a bit. First one I've had in 2 years that's gone over 2 weeks late. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think they're knocking. We'll see. I don't know. But hey, not gonna let it spoil my day. The weather next week is gonna be baking, baking hot. So the aircon on the van will be on. I had the aircon on Thursday and Friday, and contrary to belief, it didn't make a blind bit of difference to my fuel consumption. I know. I was still getting 58.7, and it was ice cold in the van. So I don't know. But it's going to be baking hot next week, so be careful. If you're going to tramp, you're going to sweat a lot. I tell you, like tin box, it's like an oven. So we'll see how it goes. Hope you're all well. Have a good weekend. Catch you next week.